So, you know what you're here for, I guess. I mean, again, I can't promise this is for the old nostalgic feeling of having to grind, but then again, pretty much all your games are going to be grinding, even the newer games, depending on what it is specifically. Like some games will take some time and idly do it on their own, like SimCity. I would say they're the first ones to actually invent it, but they didn't exactly invent it in calling it idle. No. But it's where it kind of stemmed from, believe it or not. The dude's just gonna have to, get off of his high horse. So I decided to stop it there because I've also got to watch how much room I have. See, the thing is, even if you're on PC, you have to watch how much room you have. But at least I can do a lot more videos than this. I mean, I could probably at least record around 10 to 15 videos and 20, even up to even maximum of 20 before it's over with. Have them sitting on a straight hard drive and then, record them. The thing with this is I think you can, depending on how much time you're willing to put into it, that is just something that is what you're going to have to do. So I'm going to go in here and, because this is how I would normally do this, is just go back and forth and use the tree every now and again, and I know there's like supposed to be 3 of them. I think there's just something wrong with this phone or something that's really messing up because I know if I were to show you on legit console, you'd see it, but it doesn't really matter anyway. As far as me trying to grind, it's just, as far as me proving whether or not it exists, yeah, it does matter, but, So we're almost there. Well, come on, in. Would you like to die today? Like it really matters. See, the thing about this is you don't have to worry about grinding except for getting, like, hearts or whatever. Which, a lot of times, more often than not, depending on how far away you are from a heart, it's probably a good idea to kill off soldiers that will randomly respawn anyway. So, yeah, it's alright, And I ain't got no problem with it, personally or anything, but I just think that, I had already had this well in mind and already had this ready to go, but I didn't have as many as this is concerned as. I thought I would start over because I see no point in doing it unless I'm going to, what's the word I'm looking for, record the videos I already have with the main #1 file being the true protagonist's name, as if it really matters. See, the thing about it as well, this game, it doesn't affect anything either. If you have a different name, it's not like the game's going to change the moment you have a different name. There's been many people out there who have had different names and whatnot. I don't particularly care to watch them when I already know. Or unless it's like if I already know, it's fine because I don't. But I don't need to watch them like when I'm trying to watch a blind play a blind playthrough because the thing about it is that I like doing things on my own, but I don't mind looking at videos when I need help if I can't find anything in an actual written guide. There's a lot of times, it can be better to be shown because a lot of times guides just make no sense. And then, sometimes you'll find guides that will make sense. So, I don't know. Like especially like a lot of times I've seen guides lie, And this happens to be on one of the greatest legit sources there is out there for guides. And it doesn't make them not legit because you have a lot of people out there that will lie, but that's because a lot of them have told the truth. So it happens to be one of the #1 most relied upon guide source there is for games in general, and when it comes to being written out on the internet, because you can find a lot more than you ever could in a magazine, I guarantee it. I mean, the same thing could be said about a video, but the difference is a lot of times, believe it or not, they actually had to look at people who have actual guides on the internet before they could do anything, and they don't want to admit to it. So I'm not afraid to admit to it. I've looked at guides, and I've had to. How do you think I fully 100%, did Suikoden? Yeah, because, I beat the game, though, without the guide. And it's not hard to beat it without a guide. It's just hard to beat it for 100% without a guide. Like, especially if you don't know. Like, that's the only most blindest thing I could think of when it comes to specifically games and, just 100% something, and knowing a lot of things where you're going to get stuck too, so yeah, we're almost done here. It's still going to take a little bit longer to get things kind of maxed out here, but I'm not worried about that so much. So what I am worried about doing is trying to get this game completed like it's supposed to be done. So I may have to skip out on getting the armor if I can't get it done. There's another thing that you probably may not know, is that you can actually take things and make them override the other one. But it'll make it, it'll still be there. It's just a little bit more powerful defensive-wise and everything. But you didn't know that. Yep. So we're almost done here. Gonna grind. I don't really need his heart. But, whatever. I don't know why I fought him anyway. It didn't really do me any bit of good. Did you know that randomly, though, that is not necessarily their heart. It's a heart that they drop. Like sometimes they'll also drop items as well. It's not their It's not their items, because they just randomly placed there so that if you get rid of them, for them to respawn, I said randomly, and sometimes it is. But anyway, that's the way it goes. All right, let's get out of here. I can still not sound hurt. So I'm going to basically go now, and yeah, so the more you have, the more you don't have to do. So let's go ahead and go down to 8. Yep. So I'm just going to go here. Do you know you can also play the flute in the water? Well, you can't do it from here. It won't let you. Yeah, so it won't let me do it there. But like if I'm over here, you wouldn't think it would be possible, but yes, you can, because you're still technically a land there. So that is a thing, I'm gonna go ahead and get arrows up, because you want to keep them up at the same place so it doesn't take forever to get them done. Or do it however you want to. It's not a wrong way to do it, but still I prefer to do it my way. So, if you like me, try to keep it as much as you can on the same thing, even though there's sometimes games will make it up more further than it needs to be, but that's alright, I don't really care. So, I want to carry more arrows. Yep. Okay. So now that we have that, we can do this. And the luck percentage that they throw at you doesn't really mean a thing at all. You can have the worstest luck in the world, which I believe is supposed to be a big trouble, and you can still win something. And then sometimes you'll have where it says little luck or whatever else. You probably have, no doubt, the worst way ever. So that is a thing. So I believe if we do this one more time, it'll just, yep, there it is. I will increase your carrying ability so you can carry 50 pops the maximum. That's just a small happiness I can give you. Now, watch what happens if I try and go some more. So, You can do this if you want to, but it won't make a difference. You just, it just tells you what the true maximum is if you do this anyway. So, let's go ahead and do this. Come on. I want to carry more bombs. I cannot grant you any more wishes. I mean, I can't grant any more wishes for you. But a friend of mine might be able to. She lives in the waterfall wishing near Zora's Lake. I will return your rupees to you. May you be happy. So, no, she can't do that. So even though they say that, but that's just a reference to something else. Like, okay. Like, if you want your bottle filled, or if you want to change out your shield and your boomerang, that's about all there is to that. Otherwise, waterfall wishing does nothing, believe it or not. But we will visit there one more time, just because, So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. So, and yeah, we can just barely make it because we have done this. So I'm gonna throw 50. Even if I run out, I can get more. I'm not really worried about having a maximum when it comes to trying to get blue bottles, because half the time you probably should. Just depends on how you play the game, how you want to do it. But in most dungeons, in most cases, you're gonna need to have some way to fill up your hearts and your magic. Just depends on where it's at specifically. So yeah, and the arrows are gonna be a little bit more different for the ammunition of the, than the Homs will. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just spending this time to do this. Not that it's gonna make a difference, because you won't even need this many, but you can. It's also part of 100% of the game. I don't even know why we even have this ability, because believe it or not, you won't even be using that many in the game. A total specifically, but so I'm gonna carry more arrows. Okay, so we're almost done getting our arrows maxed out, and then we can possibly take on I'll try. So great luck. Well, before it's all over with, we're probably going to have to go back and get some more so we can finish this off. But at least we got a hell of a lot done. This is why I like to maxim it out. So, yep. Just wait. We're going to go further beyond. No, I'm just kidding. We're not Super Saiyans. But we can do this at least one more time. But, yep. Even though that's 55, it doesn't mean a little. I mean nothing to me. I did say something about grinding session, right? Well, I meant it. So, I don't know if this will go ahead and do it or not, but, yep. Alright, there you go. Sometimes it does and sometimes it does. I mean, doesn't. So, now what we can do, even though that we can't do, probably won't be able to do anything else. So this will be the last thing we can do in this pond. So it's worth it to find out, so that at least we'll know what the maximum is. This is the only way you can confirm it within the game without having to look it up anywhere. This is the only way you can do it. I cannot grant you any more wishes. Blah 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 blah. She lives in the waterfall near Zora's Lake. I will return your rupees to you. May you be happy. Now, there we go. So now we did that. Let's see here. I forgot that the bird can take us there easily enough. So, yeah, we're gonna go over here anyway. Just because we can. And now we don't have to dash through that just to get anywhere. We can actually go and throw this rock. Plus we can actually take out those things if we wanted to. I don't remember if they actually show up, because I think sometimes they don't bother show up until you've gone to the to Zora's. So, I want to throw something in, throw an item in. Well, let's throw this in first. Okay, so this will always be the first one because you don't actually have to go here, but it would be nice. I will give you this back to you. Don't drop it again. Yeah, so she did not give us anything special. Okay. Yep. So that does nothing. So, but that should give you a clue as to what to do, because there's going to be something pretty soon that we can do. And of course we got hit there. Why the hell didn't we? So, let me think here. I guess the first time I've ever saw that on the map or even realized it. So, yeah, that pretty much does it for there. I'm going to go ahead and fill up, and then I'll meet you guys back at 5, and then we'll try and do the whole thing. That's what I like about the tree. Always guaranteed. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Until then, later.